And we are live. Welcome for this weekly live stream on the latest and greatest news in Ethereum and DeFi. I do this every Monday at 11 p.m. UTC plus 8. So in this video, I'm going to be talking of Ethereum going to the moon, why this is the case and where it's going after. I'm going to be talking of DeFi protocols for options, which are on fire this week. We have a ton of new options project launching. And this is going to be one of the big trends of 2021, so it's super important to follow this. I'm going to be talking of Tether, who might be heading into trouble, and other regulatory news. And I'm going to be talking also of a big study on Ethereum developers that gives a lot of super interesting information on what kind of people enter the Ethereum community. Super insightful. And if you don't know me, I'm Julian, your host, and on my channel Eat the Blocks, I teach blockchain development and how to find your first blockchain job. And very briefly, I'd like to mention my new course, DeFi Development Mastery. If you are already a blockchain developer and you want to get into DeFi, this is for you. If you are not already a blockchain developer, but you want to get into DeFi, first you need to follow my other course, Six-Figure Blockchain Developer, to become to learn blockchain development first. So I just put the two links in the chat for the course on DeFi and for the course to become a blockchain developer. And quickly, let's say hi to people in the chat. Hi, Cenobite. Hi, Miho. Hi, THX. It's so. Oh yeah, and happy 2021, everybody. It's going to be a good year for us. It's going to be an awesome year. Like 2020 was good, but 2021 is going to be amazing, guys. I'm telling you. So let's start with Ether. So we had an amazing week plus 47%. And for the first time since a very long time, Ether actually outperformed Bitcoin. Yes, it did, which only increased of 20%. So this is really big news. You know, like most of the time we only hear like Bitcoin, even though we know crypto guys, we know that everything is happening on Ether. Sometimes it's a bit amazing. You know, you have your friend, he doesn't know everything about crypto, and then you're telling her that you work in crypto, and he's like, oh yeah, Bitcoin, you mean Bitcoin, right? No, I don't mean Bitcoin, I mean Ether, but they never get it. But now it seems like finally they start to get it. So another interesting statistic, a comparison with Bitcoin, is that Ether is still down 43% from its record price of $1,433 observed in January 27, while Bitcoin already surpassed its peak of $19,783 of December 2017. So potentially Ether still has quite a lot of upside potential if we compare to Bitcoin. So I noted a couple of interesting quotes from interesting people. So first we have Jehan Chu. So this was in this article. Jehan Chu, the CEO of Kinetic Capital, which is a trading firm based in Hong Kong, said that MicroStrategy CEO Michael Saylor and Skybridge Capital Anthony Scaramucci, so it's basically two big companies that are buying Bitcoin in their treasury, and they've made the headline because of this. They are basically a pioneer. And so they are apparently playing chicken over who will make the first move to invest in Ether. And once either of them make a move, we can expect a really mad rush to 2000 for Ether, because this is two guys that the market monitors a lot. So very interesting. Another interesting quote is from John Pangilian, which is managing partner at Signum Capital, an investment firm in Singapore. He said that Ether could challenge all-time high. Ether trading volume are closing on Bitcoin trading volume that show an aggressive move by bulls into Ether. So this is super important. So to be more specific, top tier exchanges have registered Ether trading volume of over 19 billion in the past 24 hours versus 16 billion in Bitcoin, according to Crypto Compare. So now Ether is the biggest cryptocurrency by trading volume. However, its market capitalization of 120 billion is still way below Bitcoin, which is 600 billion. So maybe we are at the very beginning of a flippening here. It's super important what's happening just right now. Another interesting stat, exchange reserves of Ether are down 20% compared to May 2020. So the slide is likely due to investors who take direct custody of Ether, moving coin to DeFi or staking for Ethereum 2.0. And that is creating a shortage of Ether supply in the market, which is also very bullish. So this week, absolutely fantastic for Ether. And I think the famous flippening that we've been talking about might happen very soon. So next, we will talk a bit about the gas prices. So it's going up again. So now we have made several incursions above 100 GUI, which hasn't happened since a long time. So that's a sign that the activity is increasing on the DeFi, on the Ethereum network. So part of this is because we have a lot of trading for Ether, and another part is also because probably another DeFi wave is coming back very soon. So next, let's talk a bit of Ether 2.0. So now we have about 2.2 million Ether that is locked. So that's in US dollar. I think we're talking of several $100 million. That's really pretty significant. And in terms of staking reward, so now we are at about 10% something as more and more Ether is staked. So the staking reward is going down. And so it's also interesting to check out the statistic of the Beacon chain, which is the main chain for Ethereum 2.0. So this launched on December 1st of last year. And so here, so on Beacon Scan, this is basically a website of Etherscan, but for Ethereum 2.0. And so you can, an interesting stat here is the network participation chat. That's the number of registered validators that actually participate in the network. So we want this to be as close to 100% as possible. So here we have some dip, but overall is pretty stable, so that's good for the network. And here you can see all the new blocks, so no hiccup, everything is going fine. And we still have a lot of pending validator, because basically you have a queue. New validators have to queue. I think you have a limit of 900 new validators every day, so it's very good because it means we have a lot of demand. A lot of people want to become a validator, so all good on Ethereum 2.0. So next, let's see the price of the main DeFi tokens. So this week we really have a lot of green. Like this is the majority of token is green. You see like only a few of them are red. So let's see the big winner. So the biggest winner is the token of Loopring. So Loopring, which is a decentralized exchange on layer 2 scaling solution. And so they benefited a lot of the increase in gas fee. So that means that's the reason why they had the highest trading volume today, which explains why the token went up so much. So remember, increase in gas price and network activity on the main chain of Ethereum is bullish for the token of Loopring. Then another big winner this week was iETH. So that's a token on synthetic. So that's basically inverted Ether, and it goes up when Ether goes down. So Ether went up a lot, but after it reached a peak, it also went down a lot. So that's the reason why iETH went up a lot. Then we have RSR, which this is a new a new algorithmic stable coin. So yeah, big winner this week. Then we have BOR, which is the token of the Boring DAO. So they just announced a smart contract audit that was finished. So that was very bullish. Hedgic, which is an option DeFi protocol, which is used in the backend by other option DeFi protocol. Then a couple of projects I don't know. Aside the previous version of DAI. We have the token of Uni, which went up like crazy. Uni, which is doing well right now. Sushi also doing well. Curve Finance, also a big decentralized exchange. Aave is doing great. Yeah, so we really have a lot of winner. And for the loser, let's see the loser. So Cover that got hacked. So yeah, it almost lost all of its values. It's pretty crazy. Then a couple of protocol that I don't know. Saffron Finance went down. He had really bad streak. Saffron Finance, like I think he went down like for almost a month now. Haka Finance, which is a yield optimizer like Yearn Finance. Yeah, it's been done for a few weeks. Also, IDX, which is a historical decentralized exchange. So this is really an old technology that was a precursor to Uniswap, etc. So it's a bit a DEX of the past, really. Yeah, so next, oh yeah, so here on Twitter I wanted to show you this tweet. So that's the trading volume of Loopring. So you can see that today there was this huge spike in trading volume, so that's why it went up so much. Okay, so first, after I wanted to show you the rates. So the rates were pretty crazy this week. So here for compound USDT, so Tether, the rate is super high, so that's good for me because I have my Tether on compound, but Tether is going through problem this week, so we're going to talk more about this after. USDC also is doing pretty well, 7%. And for DAI on Aave, we have 35%, absolutely insane, 50% for USDC. So yeah, I mean, sometimes, you don't need to do some crazy yield farming. If you just lend your token, sometimes you can really make a lot of money. Okay, so next, let's see the market cap for DeFi. So this week, it went up a lot. So it's actually entirely due to the monumental increase in the price of Ether. This is not due to an influx of Ether into DeFi. Actually, there was an outflow of Ether, but all in all, we still have this huge increase of market cap. So soon we'll be at 20 billion. So yeah, I mean, this year for sure, I believe that DeFi will go to 100 billion market cap, and I'm still being conservative here. Yeah, so that's looking really good for DeFi, and I think we're going to see a lot of the liquidity, which is currently in some zombie altcoin that is basically some sort of runes from 2017. Like a lot of old blockchain need to die, and basically the money needs to go into DeFi, really. Okay, so I also wanted to show you quickly the ranking of DeFi protocols. So yeah, Maker number 1, Aave, which is a very strong number 2, then Compound, also very strong. Uniswap, now that took some distance with SushiSwap. I'm happy about this because that's the place it deserves. SushiSwap doesn't deserve to be so high, really, because this is just a copy. Synthetics is doing really well. That's really good. I mean, if you remember, a couple of months ago, Synthetics was very, very far away, and that was really fair because Synthetics basically is a leader when it comes to DeFi derivatives. That's one of the first projects that pioneer in this segment of the industry. So logically, it's very, very high, and maybe that we'll see Synthetics being used as a backend for New Year derivative DeFi protocol. Curve Finance also is doing well. Yeah. So next we're gonna talk of news about DeFi projects. So first we're gonna talk of Opyn. So Opyn, this is a DeFi protocol for options. So if you never heard what is an option, that's basically an advanced financial instrument that allow you to take leverage, bull or bearish position on other assets. This is really something advanced. This is not for beginner, but it's very important to know that in traditional finance, derivative market, so that means mainly option, this is way bigger than the underlying. So basically stock market, bonds, etc. The market for derivatives is way bigger. So it's something where you really have to pay attention. So they just released a new version, V2. So for this new version, they're going to move to European cash settle option. Before it was American style, meaning that you can exercise the option whenever you want. So now it's different. You can only exercise at the end. And cash settle means that at expiration, you don't get the actual underlying asset delivered. You just get the equivalent cash corresponding to your position. So this is pretty standard, as it can be not very convenient to take the delivery of the asset and sell it yourself. For example, in some extreme cases like options on commodities like oil, taking delivery would actually be costly. So under the hood, they use the 0x protocol to trade options. And if you want to be a liquidity provider, you can use some LP tokens from other protocols like C token of Compound or A tokens of Aave. So that means as a liquidity provider on Opyn, you will earn the option premium plus the token reward of your collateral LP token like Comp token or others. So we really have a nice yield farming opportunity here. So they have a new feature called mint flashing also for Opyn V2. So it's possible to mint options without the collateral as long as the options are burned before the end of the transaction. So I haven't explored how this can be used, but I'm sure we will find some creative use for this, including hacks, unfortunately. So this is basically flash loans applied to options. So a new craziness of DeFi. So far they support only the Ethereum USDC pair, but I'm sure they will add other pairs in the future. So their new smart contract were audited by OpenZeppelin. And that was released, this audit was released on December 31st last year. So normally we should be safe. And so in their blog post, they mentioned a couple of ideas of interfaces that can be built on top of the protocol. So building on top of existing DeFi protocol is one of the easiest way to build your own DeFi protocol if you want to get started. So check out the idea in this article. And lastly, keep in mind that this project is still in beta, so be careful. Then news about Primitive. So this is another DeFi option protocol that just launched. So the main difference from other DeFi option protocol is that they don't use oracles. So I don't know if it's good or bad for security, because if you get your price directly on chain like they are doing, by asking decentralized exchange their prices, this can also be manipulated. So in both cases, it can be manipulated if you get the price on chain or if you use an oracle. So we'll have to dig more to see exactly how they get their price. But this is a very, very important part of the design of a DeFi protocol, because you can get wrecked if someone hacked the way you get your price. So they do physical settlement instead of cash settlement. So this is different from Opyn. I don't think it's good. I think cash settlement is better for trader. And they also offer flash loans. Okay, so next we have another new DeFi protocol for option called Whiteheart Finance. So they just launched their project. So for their token, they use a so-called IBCO. So it means initial bonding curve offering for the initial distribution. So I never heard about this. That's basically a way to launch a token by creating a market on a decentralized exchange and using the pricing function of the DEX to price the token. So you can see it as if the ICO, which we can call the primary market, was combined with the secondary market. So the trading phase, so the ICO and the trading phase were all happening at the same time. So that's what's happening with this so-called IBCO, initial bonding curve offering. So with their protocol, what it can do, it automatically buy an at the money put option contract for a user behalf each time the user acquire an asset on a decentralized exchange. So it's basically, you just buy an insurance automatically, you trade something on a decentralized exchange. So they have market for Ether and a wrap Bitcoin, and with their protocol you are protected for 2 weeks, and this is settled with the underlying, so not settled with cash. And it's built on top of Hedgehog, which is another DeFi option protocol which was hacked a couple of weeks ago. So compared to its competitor, this protocol is positioned to be used as an insurance for investors. So it's more simple than Opyn, but it's also more how to say, it's not as powerful, and it's a little bit a more specific use case. So there is a lot of competition in DeFi options protocol. The current demand for this is quite low. However, it has a huge potential. As I said before, derivatives market in traditional financial market are way bigger than the market for the underlying assets. So actually, I know a bit about it because in my previous career, when I used to work in finance, I was working in a field called equity derivatives in a big bank. So all of this feels quite familiar. So yeah, a lot of potential here, but we can see clearly that the competition is ramping up. And this year in DeFi, probably that derivatives are going to explode. So it's probably a good idea to be exposed to this protocol. But remember also that these are the most risky kind of DeFi protocol. So be super cautious in terms of portfolio allocation. Okay, so next we're gonna talk of hacks. So first we're gonna talk of the hack of the Cover protocol, which happened last week. So Cover is an insurance protocol for DeFi. So last week a hacker managed to steal 4 million by minting a lot of Cover tokens. So that was a bug in the contracts. You are not supposed to be able to mint infinite tokens, of course. So after the mint, tokens were sold on exchanges for a total of $4 million. So trading was halted on major exchanges just after the hack, but it was too late because the price of the token crashed. So the hacker was the white hat hacker. So this is basically the good hacker that hack people just to show them that their system is not safe, but after they don't do any harm. So that was done by an entity called the Grab Finance, and they returned all the funds to Cover. Cover, as well as Binance, announced plans to compensate addresses that were affected by the hack. So next hack, that's about the hack of the Parity wallet. So reminder, because this is an old hack. So in 2017, the wallets of many Parity clients were hacked. Parity was the Rust implementation of Ethereum, so now it's been renamed to Opyn Ethereum. And the company behind this, basically before was so the company behind this is called Parity. Before they were really heavily invested in the ecosystem of Ethereum, but now they pretty much abandoned Ethereum, and so this is the company behind Polkadot. So at that time, when the hack happened, there were 150,000 Ether that were stolen, which was worth 30 million at the time of the hack. So today it's equal to roughly $147 million worth of Ether. The money was stored on 7 wallets and it didn't move at all during all this time. But because it's Christmas, well, I mean, it was Christmas recently, the hacker decided it was time to offer himself a nice Christmas present. So he started to do his exit scam, and so he started to convert roughly 300 Ether to Gen BTC, presumably to use a BTC mixer after for an anonymous exit. So all of these hacks using BTC mixer mean one thing. This year, regulators will probably crack down on any kind of technology for privacy in blockchain. So this is a side note. So of course this is bearish for ETH because we're gonna have a lot of volume that will sell Ether. So today the trading volume of Ether was $77 million, but total the hacker need to liquidate 150 million of Ether. So you can see that really he has the capacity to tank the market if he really wants. But of course this against his own interest to do this. So probably the hacker will be smart and will just drip his coins little by little. So hopefully we won't have too much impact on the market, but it's worth paying attention to the wallet of this guy. Okay, so next, more happy news. So we're going to talk of NFT, which continue to be more and more active. So there was a big sale of NFT for over $62,000 this week. So it's a digital collector called Pranksky that sold a NFT called CryptoPunk 3831. So this is also so for $63,000 or almost 100 ETH. So Pranksky, he did something actually quite sophisticated. First, he sold a fragment of ownership over his digital collectible. After, the price of this fragment really crashed, so he bought this fragment back last week, and then he sold the NFT as a whole to his new owner this week. So this guy basically did some sort of short-term trading for an NFT. So I think it's pretty cool, it's pretty innovative. This is the first time we see this that really show you the potential trading idea that we can do with NFTs. So if you want to have some insight about NFT trading, you should definitely follow this guy, CryptoPunk 3831. I'm pretty sure he's on Twitter. So more on CryptoPunk. So this is basically the NFT that was bought for this money. Yeah, I mean, so I'm not sure if it's the NFT look exactly like this, like what we see on this page, but yeah, I'm like, seriously, like $63,000 for this? No way. But you will understand why it was priced so high. So CryptoPunk was one of the first digital art project on the blockchain. So the developers generated only 10,000 punks, and they are initially they were distributed for free. Now the most rare punks are selling for tens of thousands of dollars, while the cheapest CryptoPunk are at least $400. So CryptoPunk are often part of digital gallery like Crypto Voxel and Decentraland. So we cannot really say that this NFT are technically advanced. As you can see, it looks super simple. However, it's the first one of the first collectible art project that was minted on the Ethereum blockchain. So because of their historical significance, they are considered valuable digital assets. So yeah, that's the reason why some of them sell for such a high price. So next we are going to talk of regulation, especially XRP. So a couple of exchanges have delisted XRP for US customers except Kraken. So this is coming in the context of the US government suing Ripple for an illegal ICO. So what's the impact on crypto? So I mean, we cannot really say that XRP was your traditional crypto project. It was more a sort of enterprise blockchain, so very centralized. So it doesn't directly impact the public blockchain. Yeah, it doesn't really concern us directly, except if you happen to own some XRP. In that case, it's too bad, but you can. I mean, I'm pretty sure you will still find some exchanges that will still be willing to trade XRP. But yeah, I mean, if I had any XRP, I would dump it as soon as possible. Okay, so next we have some negative news about Tether. So Tether, the US stablecoin, is being threatened by the US Treasury, which is proposing a bill to consider the stablecoin like Tether, to consider them as a security. If the bill is adopted, Tether will likely face a lawsuit from the SEC. So in response, Tether is down to 94 cents. So let's not panic because this is not coming right away. And even if that was coming, it's still, don't forget that you can redeem your Tether against the equivalent amount in cash on the website of Tether, really. Okay, so I see no reason for the coin to be less than $1, so let's not panic. I think we have some nice arbitrage opportunity here. If you take some Tether now, probably you will be able to resell it at $1 very soon, just once the panic goes away. And what else? What else do we have in terms of regulatory news this week? Oh yeah, like another bad news is that we have a lot of exchanges that start to delist privacy coins. So Monero, Zcash, etc. I think it's going to be really difficult for exchanges to justify keeping trading these coins because right now the regulators are targeting these coins. So yeah, I'm not too bullish on privacy blockchain right now. Okay. So next, we're gonna talk of news for developer. So there was this super interesting survey about Ethereum developer by East Global. So East Global, this is an organization that organizes hackathon on the Ethereum blockchain. So they survey the blockchain community and they find some super interesting insights. So let's see this. So what is the gender for Ethereum developers? So it's mostly male. So yeah, when I just started Eat the Blocks, it was like 100% male, and rapidly we started to see some female. So yeah, I mean it's traditional like for the developers, this is like mostly males, but we start to see more and more female. Okay, so next about the age. So most Ethereum developers are between 25 to 28. So this is a rather young crowd. But even if you're a bit older, don't be afraid of ageism, because you can still compensate ageism by with your experience. Young developer, for example, they don't have so much experience maybe in management. They can be a little bit less mature. So as an older developer, you can bring something to teams. So yeah, like even if you are like 40 or 50, you can still be a blockchain developer, no problem. Then in terms of experience, so most developers, they have less than 5 years experience, and after you can see that it's decreasing. So this is consistent with the developer survey of Stack Overflow. They have roughly the same result. So this stuff is super important, because oftentimes you have a lot of newbies who are afraid that maybe they don't have enough skills to get into blockchain. But remember that blockchain is a very new field, so it's very difficult to find blockchain developer with a lot of experience. So that means as a newbie, it's perfect for you. You don't face the competition you face is not too heavy. So and rapidly you have a lot of developers who quit, but if you can stay in the game, then you have a huge leg up against others. So I think that's really the conclusion. What we can deduct from this graph. At what age did you first use code to generate income? So yeah, you can see most people, they started to generate income in their 20s. So yeah, you can start to generate income very quickly as a blockchain developer. You don't need to wait too much. In terms of education, most people are not student. Then in terms of level of education, so most people have a bachelor degree and then master degree. So yeah, I mean, you also have a lot of people who are in just high school or don't have any college degree. So yeah, no matter if you have a college degree or not, like you can get into blockchain, no problem. What matters are your skills, really. Like your diploma are not so relevant in blockchain and in general in the software industry. So a lot of Ethereum developers are employed full-time. Then we also have a lot of freelancers, and only 10% who are looking for work. Yes, so I mean, we have a lot of jobs in the blockchain industry, so it's normal that most people are employed. Okay, let's scroll down. So entering the crypto workforce. So first, most people enter the crypto workforce by working part-time. So if you are struggling to get a full-time job, think about doing some freelancing, some gigs. Maybe long-term is not the ideal situation, but they can really help you to get your foot in the door. Then in terms of job priority, so that is super, super interesting. That gives you an idea of what are the motivation of Ethereum developers. So how widely used or impactful my work output would be. So a lot of blockchain developer, when part of their motivation is idealistic, they really want to change the world, they want to have an impact. So I think that's super cool. A lot of blockchain developers really value remote options, and blockchain companies know this. So that's why there are so many blockchain companies that offer remote options. Flex time or flexible schedule. I mean, usually this is related to remote work option. Let's scroll down. So most people said my company has an office and I work there most of the time, 1/3. So yeah, I'm surprised. I didn't think it was so high, but this will probably go down. My company does not have an office. Everyone is remote. So you have companies who are full remote. You have companies that are partial remote, but this category will increase. That's for sure. Then where developers do their work. So surprisingly, most people do their work at home. So that's because a lot of us, it's easier for us to focus in our home rather to compared to the office, where in the office you have all this noise. So a lot of us also, I'm pretty sure, work pretty late because not because we have to, but because in general we just feel it's easier to focus at nighttime. I know a lot of developers like this. Remote first. How often do you work remotely? All or almost all the time. So yes, you can see, as I told you, There are a lot of remote options in the blockchain industry. So in general, for software developer, there are more remote options, but especially in the blockchain industry, and even more so in the context of the pandemic. So it's really cool. Do you work remotely and travel at the same time? Well, I mean, for this year, it won't be too much possible with the pandemic, but in normal time, you can see that you have a majority of people who say they work remotely and they travel at the same time. It's what I did for a long time. It's pretty cool lifestyle, I don't know if you remember, but at the beginning of this year, I was traveling to Japan. I was in Tokyo, then I was in Osaka, then I was in Singapore for 3 months total. I was traveling for almost 5 months, all of this while working as a blockchain developer. So yeah, it's really the kind of lifestyle you can have as a blockchain developer. It's super cool. Then working overtime. So how many hours do you work per week? Between 40 to 44 hours. That means five days of work, quite solid. That really depends on the company. That depends on your motivation, depends on your seniority, really depends on a lot of factors. In general, blockchain is moving fast. So I would say there's probably more work in blockchain companies than in other segments of the tech industry. But we also have many more opportunity. So our upside is way bigger than just a general web developer. So it's kind of normal that we work a little bit more. But I can tell you that these working hours, this is nothing compared to finance. I used to work in finance, and in finance we work way more than this. So consider yourself lucky, really. And in general, blockchain developer, they enjoy their work, So I don't think this is a problem. Moonlighting. Do you? You know what? I just learned a new word in English. I didn't know this expression. So apparently, moonlighting means to work on a side project. So do you code or you work on software projects outside of work? Yes. So yeah, if you ask a developer, they will always tell you, oh yes, on the weekend I'm working on my side project. That's because most software developers, they're really passionate, they love their job. So their hobby and their job really blend together. And so not only you can make good money as a software developer, but also you enjoy it. So we are really lucky, Like there are many people, they don't make much money and they hate their job. So we are really, really lucky. Do you work on blockchain project outside of work? So I think they are talking of open source. So yeah, most people do. Don't feel guilty if you don't do open source, especially as a beginner. Open source is not really for beginner. It's for people who already have a couple of years of experience. So yeah, here after you have the related question, contributing to open source. So 1/3 of the people once a month or very often, 20% never. Yeah, so it's really a mixed bag. Technology and skills. So what developer type best describe you? Developer full stack. So full stack means that you can do all the part of the DApp, of the decentralized application. You can do the backend, you can do the front end, the smart contract. So why the proportion of full stack is so high in blockchain is because in blockchain we have a lot of startups. Usually they are small company, and small company, they in general they cannot afford to buy a specialist for each position, like front end, back end, smart contract. Usually these companies they like the profile where you can do a little bit of everything. It's more economical for them. So that's the reason why we see so many full stack. Then building and new ideas. What field of Ethereum related work do you think your superpower are best fitted for? Building products. It's so that really tells you that a lot of blockchain developers, they are very product oriented. So that means a lot of blockchain developers, they could be entrepreneurs also. They are not like your typical like nerdy developer, very removed from the product, just like hacking on like some super low level stuff and very far away from customer. It shows you blockchain developer, they are smart. They really care about building a great product. So this is very positive. So programming languages, very interesting. Outside of Ethereum blockchain, what is the programming language you use the most? So JavaScript, JavaScript took over the world. If you just have to learn one language, if you're a newbie, really it has to be JavaScript, because you need JavaScript on the web and also on the blockchain. Python, then 20%. So yeah, Python, this is mostly useful in the backend and in scientific stuff, machine learning, AI, etc. But in blockchain, we don't strictly need Python. Then Go, so this is mainly for people who do only backend stuff and some stuff that are a little bit more advanced. TypeScript, yeah, this is the new trendy thing from front end. And after, you have a long tail of other language, but that are much less relevant. Framework, so what framework do you use the most often? So React.js. So as you know on my channel, I talk often of React.js. So if you just have to learn one front-end framework, learn React.js, because that's really what's required on the market. And as you can see, Vue.js is a distant second. Express, this is a backend framework for Node.js. It's also useful, but much less useful than React.js. And then after, you have Angular, which is generally used by bigger company. Django, a Python framework. Then jQuery, which is a very old JavaScript framework. And after, a couple of other framework. Then where Ethereum developer hear about trends. So first one, Twitter. So if you guys are not on Twitter, this is a mistake. So go on Twitter and make sure to follow me. So this is my Twitter handle. Make sure to follow me and make sure to follow a couple of blockchain people, because you're gonna miss a lot of things if you're not on Twitter. Oftentimes, when you see the price of a token going up or going down and you want to know right away what's the reason, you just type the name of the token in Twitter and you will find some info right away. Also, Reddit is very active. So there are two communities to follow. There is the Ethereum community and ETHDev. So Ethereum subreddit and ETHDev are very important. And conferences. Right now there are no physical conferences, but after the pandemic, it will come back. Same thing for Meetup. And not a lot of DeFi projects are on Discord also, and to a lesser extent, also Hacker News. Hacker News is basically a sort of Reddit, but for developer. It's not specialized, not just for blockchain. It's about everything. But generally, I found the discussion on Hacker News very useful. Also, something I really like about Hacker News is the comments in general are more interesting than compared to the article that are posted. So oftentimes you have people on Hacker News, they don't even read the article, they only read about the comment, and you can learn a lot from senior developer. Like usually the first comment is one opinion and the second comment is the other opinion. And so very quickly you can have an idea about what are the expert opinion on a specific technical topic like this very, very quickly, even though you know nothing about it. So that's what I love about Hacker News. Very interesting people. Where developers go for general tech news, almost same as before. So Twitter, Reddit, Hacker News, okay. Where devs find info on project, okay, well let's skip this. Using GitHub to validate a project. So where do you publish or get validation for your side project? So GitHub is super important. If you're a newbie, you need to have some project on your GitHub. You need to have a portfolio. So a portfolio, it's actually what we do in my course, 6-Figure Blockchain Developer. We deploy a portfolio of project. So that can be a good idea if you want to build your GitHub profile. Then you can post link to your GitHub project on Twitter, and quickly you get some feedback. This is a good combination. Reasons for dropping a side project: lack of time, lack of funding. Lack of funding. So you can check out a project called a Gitcoin that allow you to get some funding for your open source project. This can be very, very useful. Then never stop learning. How much time do you dedicate to diving into new technology per week? Very, very important, because in blockchain, new stuff keeps coming up. So that's a field where you really have to spend a large fraction of your time on learning, even more than in other niche of tech stuff, like, I don't know, let's say compared to a general web developer. So sometimes you have new stuff about like React or TypeScript or JavaScript, but this is nothing compared to the pace of blockchain. Blockchain, basically, we are building the future of finance, which will be bigger than the internet. So of course the competition is intense, and so the pace of news of new project is way higher than in other niche of the tech industry. So you need to spend a large chunk of your time to keep up with all of this. So Most people say they spend more than 1 hour learning new stuff. Yeah, between 1 hour to 8 hours. I would say, yeah, make sure you devote a couple of hours every week to keep up with the new stuff and learn new stuff. Super important. How developers learn. Written tutorial or YouTube video content. Yeah, eat the blogs. YouTube's the best. Crypto zombie. Okay, so what is the best tutorial you've ever walked through? Okay, guys, so I have to tell you something. I went through this and I wasn't happy at all because I'm not mentioned there. What the hell? So first one, Crypto Zombie. Second, Udemy, DAP University, Coursera, then Truffle Doc, Free Code Camp, Udacity, Andrew, which is someone famous in machine learning but not in blockchain. Open Zeppelin, Zastrin. I mean, what the hell, guys? I'm like the second YouTube channel for blockchain developer. I should be right. I should be between DAP University and Coursera, seriously. So yeah, I'm going to send them a tweet so that next year I can be included. But I am not happy. Very, very not happy. Then building on Ethereum. So how did you first learn about Ethereum? A friend told me, yeah, it's usually like this. Adoption. When did you first learn about Ethereum? Okay, that's interesting. That tells you how long people have been in Ethereum. So most people, they learn about Ethereum in 2017 because at that time we had this huge crypto bubble. So we had the huge influx of new people. But I'm telling you, in 2021, we're going to have another huge influx. That's for sure. Prior interest in Bitcoin before getting involved with Ethereum. Were you involved or interested in Bitcoin? Yeah, so most people first, they are interested in Bitcoin, and then because they just want to make money, and after if they keep staying in the crypto sphere, then they start to study more technical stuff. They understand that Ethereum is the real deal, and then they move on to Ethereum in general. So how important is the ethos of decentralization to you? The most important thing, yeah. So most people who are into Ethereum, they really value decentralization. That really makes sense. Writing first Ethereum code. So how long ago did you first start building on Ethereum? So most people, they started 2-3 years ago, yeah, in 2017. But you can see that we have a lot of newbie, like 26%, less than a year. So if you are a newbie, don't think that the competition is so intense with a lot of people who have a lot of experience. Look, we just have 10% of people who have 4 years of experience, and most of them, they are already hired. So don't be intimidated when you see job offer that's, yeah, we want a blockchain developer with 5 years or 10 years of experience. A lot of companies, they just exaggerate like way too much their requirements for new hire. Like they will not find so many senior people. So yeah, I mean, you can see your competition here. It's not too bad. If you are in web development, it's much worse because web development exists since really a long time. It's been decades. So you have way more people that are more senior on the web. But on blockchain, this is not the same thing. So, in it for the tech, what aspect of Ethereum made you excited to get more involved? The technology is interesting. Yeah, I think we all were really fascinated by Ethereum when we first learned about it. I remember in 2016 when I first saw the landing page of Ethereum, I thought, oh my God, like a computer which is decentralized. How does it work? This is so crazy. Positive impact on the world. So we talked about this just before. So that means a lot of blockchain developers, they're really politically committed. They want to use the blockchain to have a positive impact on the world. So that's really something that I really enjoy because, you have a lot of people who hear about crypto and they think like crypto is just for making a quick buck. So, okay, making money is cool, but it's not exclusive to also having some noble intention. So I really like to see this in the survey. Decentralized finance is also pretty high in the list. So yeah, blockchain people are super excited about DeFi. The people in the community, career opportunities. Yeah, I mean, we have really high salary in blockchain. Yeah, financial opportunities. This is related. Okay, challenge for beginners. Okay, so let's scroll this, skip this. What was the first Ethereum event you ever went to? Yeah, local meetup. Yeah, usually this is the first point for the point of entry in the community. For many, then a hackathon is a close second. I will talk just after this survey. I will talk of a hackathon that you can attend to. Best on-ramp to Ethereum. So what do you think is the best way for a developer to get involved? The best way for a developer to get involved with Ethereum, attend a hackathon. Yeah, I told you many times, hackathon are really awesome. Build something, try a tutorial. So on my channel, we build a lot of blockchain tutorial. So I mean, follow my channel if you want to build something. Then let's scroll down. The barrier to entry to Ethereum didn't you get involved sooner than you did? I didn't think I knew enough to contribute. So look, you have a lot of people who think this. They're like, maybe some of them actually they have a lot of experience as a web developer or in other field. Some are newbie and they learn a lot about blockchain and they are still too humble. They think, oh no, I cannot do it. I'm not good enough. Like, you know, after you study for a couple of months, you are already ready to build something. So yeah, people are too humble. They wait for too long before they start looking for a job. It can go way faster than what you think. Okay, learning resources. What learning resources do you remember reading first? Okay, so once again, I'm not happy. So YouTube 8%, Crypto Zombie. Yeah, so Crypto Zombie is one of the favorite. And Truffle Dog, DAP University, Udemy, and again, like, no eat the blocks. What the hell is global? I'm going to complain. First Ethereum project. When you wrote your first line of code for an Ethereum project, what was it for? Interesting. Hobby project alone. Yes, most people, they do a pet project, probably training or educational course. My job or company. So you see, like, there's still 15% of people, blockchain developer, they learn a bit of blockchain, and the first project they do, it's inside a blockchain company. That means, that really tells you that blockchain company are so eager to hire people. Sometimes they hire people with zero experience in terms of how many blockchain projects they've done. This is really insane. Hackathon also is a great way to do your first project. Even though I wouldn't recommend hackathon to people who don't have any programming experience. Like, if you don't know NPM, Node.js, JavaScript, and you arrive at a hackathon, like, nobody is going to take you by the hand and show you how to install the stuff on your computer. Like, people assume you already know the basics. Okay, so okay, let's scroll down. Having that, have you thought of stopping your involvement in Ethereum? No, 76%. Very good. Okay, rage quitting an app. Why have you rage quit a decentralized application? UX UI issue. Yeah, so UI UX, this is a huge problem, but really we've made huge progress already. If you see the dApps of a couple of years ago, it was, oh my god, it was so terrible. Like, for example, I still remember IDEX. You know, it's an old decentralized exchange. That was terrible, but now we're doing way better. Most popular tech. Which Ethereum library do you use most often? Web3.js, Ether.js. So yeah, these are the two libraries used the most often. Most used tools. So MetaMask, Web3.js, yeah, of course, Truffle, EtherScan, Ethereum Ganache Remix, OpenZeppelin, Ethers. Yeah, so I have tutorials on all of this on my channel, on all of this. Ether, actually, it's catching up quickly with Web3. So now it's almost 50-50 in terms of monthly download. And then we have Web3 Pi, so this is Web3 for Python. This is much less used. Buildler, which is basically an alternative to Truffle. It's getting some traction, but still, I don't think it's as beginner friendly as Truffle. Fortmatic, this is a solution for logging by using a crypto solution. This is quite innovative. This is used by some smart contract wallet. Embark, this is another alternative to Truffle. In Node.js, I believe, Portis, this is similar to Fortmatic, also a logging solution, if I remember well. Ethernode, this is no, this is not relevant. Ethernode, this is more like, this is a game to learn about security. And Brownie, this is a framework like Truffle, but written in Python. Actually, I tried to install Brownie on my computer, and I needed to do some manipulation with Python. I needed to install some tool, and it messed up my whole Python installation. So that's really something I hate about Python. It's so easy to mess up with your system. Like, this never happened with Node.js. Anyway, my rant is over. So most use Ethereum language. So Solidity 90%, then Viper, yeah, it's really far behind. So like sometimes some people ask me, hey Julian, do I need to start with Solidity or Viper? Solidity. You can totally ignore Viper, you'll be totally fine. And only start to learn Viper if you are already good with Solidity, not before. So, what do you currently use Ethereum for in your day-to-day activity? Building, learning, DeFi, yeah, of course, DeFi, top of the list. Trading, interesting. So you have a lot of people who use their blockchain skill to try to do some automated trading. So that's what we learned in my course, Profitable Flash Loan. Payments, using dApps, yeah, and the gaming is still very far away, like 1.5% here. Yeah. Most use Ethereum. DAI, very important. So DAI, yeah, it's top of the list. Super important to learn how to use DAI. ENS, also very important. Ethereum name service, compound finance, Uniswap. So in my course on DeFi, so this course here, let me post it. We learn about DAI, compound finance, and Uniswap. Very important. Then Gitcoin, this is for funding open source project. DYDX, which is a derivatives DeFi protocol. Then holding ETH. Do you own any ETH? Yeah, of course. Like most people own ETH. Do you use any DeFi protocol with your personal fund? Yes, no. So it's super important when you're a blockchain developer to also use DeFi as an end user, because if you want to build some DeFi project, you also have to understand the needs of user. You need to understand the whole flow. You need to understand what are the pain points. So you need to actually do it as an end user, even though it might not be for speculative purpose, but this is part of your learning process. Okay. If you could show the world one great Ethereum demo or experience, what it would be. Argent, so this is a smart contract wallet with a great UI. So if you are looking for some inspiration for your DeFi project, check out Argent. Maker, yeah, so this is the protocol of DAI. Pull Together, this is a game. CryptoKitty, another game. Yeah. No, going mainstream. What do you think will cause the next 10-time growth of Ethereum developer? A mainstream app. So yeah, we need a big app that goes beyond crypto Twitter, and that a lot of people start to adopt. A better dev tooling, 12%. So I think, in 2020 we had huge progress made in terms of development tooling, but probably in 2021 it's going to be the year where the tooling finally catches up with the rest of the tech industry. By the end of 2021, I think our dev tooling will be very close to what we have for web development, really. Now we have some awesome framework like a Truffle. We start to have some great API also. So Infura, we have Alchemy API. We have more and more of this. Yeah, DeFi also one of the main reasons that will make us 10x. ETH price increase. Yeah, I mean for sure 2021 is going to be insane for the price of Ether. I've released a video a few days ago about my prediction for blockchain in 2021, and I tell my price prediction for Ether. Check it out. Scaling solution. Yeah, so this is going to be with a layer 2 scaling solution. ETH2, yeah, so ETH2 in the end will be a major factor, but we need to wait a bit before ETH2, like this is still 2 or 3 years away. Okay, so okay, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, you can check out this study. This is super cool. Okay. So after this long monologue, oh my god, I spoke for almost 1 hour today. Insane. I think I broke my record. So I'm gonna finally do the Q&A. So let's go in the chat. So hi Chepo, Nilesh, Derek, Barry, Muhammad, Philip, Gary, Turkey Neck asked me, could you explain Theta network? I haven't heard about that. Gary, what is Wrap ETH compared to Wrap Bitcoin? So Wrap ETH, this is basically Ether, which is in the ERC20 token. This is done for compatibility purpose, so that the code of decentralized exchange just have to deal with one kind of asset. Otherwise, if they have to deal with ERC20 token and Ether, this is two different APIs, and you can make the code more complicated. Wrap Bitcoin is basically a tokenized version of Bitcoin on the Ethereum blockchain. So this allows you to keep your exposure to Bitcoin while using your Bitcoin to participate in some DeFi protocol. So for example, you could be a liquidity provider on some exchanges by using this. Scar say, what do you think of gas fee? Well, I mean, I think they are going up. I don't know if it's what you were asking, but yeah, the gas fee will keep increasing, and so I'm super bullish for layer 2 scaling solution. As I said before, the layer 2 scaling project like Loopring will keep going up because they will be used more and more, and in 2021 we'll see some DeFi project moving to layer 2 scaling solution. Super bullish for that. What are the zombie coins you mentioned? I mean, I think you mean the zombie blockchain. I don't know, like for example, Litecoin. Yeah, Litecoin I think totally is a zombie coin. XRP, I mean, they are done. I mean, you basically check out all the coins that were super popular in 2017, and a lot of them just went nowhere. So yeah, like a lot of them will probably disappear soon. Neil Asheng, will Opyn V2 impact USD long term? What do you mean impact USD? I mean, Opyn is, the monetary base of USD is way bigger than Opyn. So I mean, before DeFi has an impact on dollar, I think we will wait a little bit. But I think at the end of this year, we will be at 100 billion total market cap for DeFi. But still, we are still a long way before we can really have an impact on the existing monetary system, but it will happen one day. Gary, Primitive and Opyn are both interoperable? No, these are two different projects. Alexander said, love all the coverage of this DeFi option protocol. You are the best in DeFi, Julian. Hey, thanks, Alexander. Abracadabra, hi. Romking, hi, Romking. Gary, would you say option protocol are risky? Yes, they are very risky. Abracadabra, question for Julian. Hey, did you check the ERC31377 used by Rootkit? Could you tell us more? Oh man, sorry, I know you asked me already last week. Okay, promise, I will do it for the next session. I will do it, promise. Batman, hi Batman. Abracadabra, are you growing a beard? No, it's just today I was lazy. No. It's last time you see me with a beard. Kabir, hey Julian, love your content. Yeah, thank you, Kabir. Turkey Neck, do you think Stellar is affected also because of the XRP crackdown? Yeah, so Stellar, for example, this is an example of the zombie coin. I think it will disappear soon. Really, I don't think this is used at all. That was a good intention. They wanted to bank the unbanked, but in the end there wasn't a lot of traction. I don't know if Stellar did an ICO. So if they did an ICO, I don't see why they wouldn't be targeted by the SEC. But I think what the SEC really didn't like about XRP is that XRP was threatening directly the existing financial system, and especially the SWIFT network, which is a network used by banks to transfer money internationally. So yeah, the SEC saw this as a direct challenge to the established order, so they went for XRP first, whereas Stellar, they want to bank the unbanked. So it was more like a sort of complement to the already existing financial system. So maybe they are less in danger, but if they did an ICO, they will be targeted. Kabir, do you have a weekly, monthly newsletter? This is kind of the newsletter. This can be considered a weekly newsletter, but I also have a mailing list, so you can subscribe to one of my training. If you check out in the description of this video, you will see a link to a couple of training, and basically once you follow one of them, you're on my mailing list. Abracadabra, question for Julian. What is your opinion on ETH pump? What is behind? So what is behind is that I think we'll start to see some institutional interest from so a lot of institutional, they start to be interested in Bitcoin, but now that Bitcoin pumped a lot, maybe that they want to pause a little bit. They want to wait for Bitcoin to fall down. And I think some of them, what they're doing is they are selling their gain on Bitcoin to buy some ETH, because they want also to start to build up some ETH exposure. So I think that's one of the reasons. THX saying, I'm beginning to think TikTok coin is shutting down. Yeah, I haven't really followed what happened with TikTok. I just know that they did an ICO, but I thought they had been sued at some point. Yeah, probably another interesting thing to follow. Turkey saying, what is your Twitter? I put it below. Jake saying, how about Peep ETH? Nearly took off, but cool ID Twitter on blockchain. Yeah, I never follow Peep ETH. Yeah. Okay. Vebab say, how can I mine on Android? Oh man, you will not be able to mine on Android. Yeah, no, Android. No, to mine on ETH1 now you need like some big machine. But you can become a validator on ETH2. This is easier. So you can just have some commodity hardware. So actually I have a video to become a validator on ETH2 on my channel. Then let me see. Isaac saying, Python is cool. Haven't messed up with my system ever. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm really dumb in Python. I rarely use it, so yeah, I probably don't know what I'm doing with it. Yeah, but I mean, I like the language is cool, but I really don't like with Python is the tooling around it is like so shitty. Like the package manager situation, like I really don't like this. And you know, JavaScript and Node.js at this point, they are so much used everywhere. Why bother with something different? Why lower my productivity? Philip saying, we need better Solidity EVM debugger. Yeah, I think in 2021 we're gonna see some great stuff on with Truffle. I think they're gonna keep being awesome. Fox saying, any news on Uniswap layer 2? No, I haven't heard anything, but yeah, it's coming soon, I think. Also Ethereum Optimism L2 project, no news recently. Jake, what is gas like today? You can see this on ETH gas info. If ETH goes to 2K, does gas have to go back down to 1 Gwei? No, I mean the price of Ether is not directly related to gas price. You can have low gas price and high gas and high Ether price. However, usually when the price of Ether goes up, this is correlated to more trading activity, and more trading activity mean more usage of the network, which mean more competition for mining your transaction, which mean higher gas price. So when the price of Ethereum goes up, the gas price will also go up. However, once let's say if the price of Ether stabilize at 2K and you don't have much trading, then gas price can go down. So the gas price and price of Ether are correlated just at the beginning, but after they are not, when there is no trading. Tucano saying, do you think Substrate is worth a look? Substrate is the framework that is used to build Polkadot. So I think this is a little bit too low level. Probably it's more interesting to have a look at Polkadot itself. But I think there will be few opportunity to use Substrate directly. It's really for hardcore backend developer who are building their own blockchain. Jose, do you think the flash on attack is about the economic issue instead of developing issue? It's a bug. It's really a bug in the code, so it's a little bit more difficult to anticipate than other bugs. But yeah, clearly this is some bug. Karim, hi and thanks for everything. What opportunities do you see for accountants? Thanks. For accountants, yeah. So So basically, the regulatory environment is very immature. It's changing very fast, and so you have a lot of big of crypto company, of startup that don't really know how to do their accounting properly. So I see two opportunity. Either you work for a big company that start to invest in crypto. So we have a MicroStrategy, which is one of the most famous one, but you also have a lot of investment fund that start to invest in crypto, and so they will be super interested to have accountant that know how to deal with the gains and the losses in crypto. But you also have startups, a lot of small startups in the crypto industry. They also need to do some accounting, so there are also some potential for doing some sort of consultancy that offer accounting services specialized in crypto, and you can probably charge a lot for that because this is very, very specialized. So yeah, absolutely, like a lot of opportunities for accountants. Xenobyte saying, have you looked at the Hex token? Its price has increased substantially the last couple of months after its 1 year launch phase. No, so I have to say, I don't know much about the guy who created this. It's like this YouTuber that is a little bit controversial. So I don't know if originally he was a technical guy and he knows what he's doing, or if he was just a non-technical person who just leverage his fame on YouTube and hire a technical team but actually doesn't know what he's doing. So yeah, I really don't know. But I don't like that it's outside of the DeFi ecosystem. At this point, like if you're not building on ETH, I don't know what you're doing, really. Really, all the traction, all the users, all the money is in Ethereum. So, okay, maybe short term, you can do a sort of hold up on another blockchain, but it's just going to be a short term thing. Like right now, it's clear to everybody this is happening on Ethereum. Philip saying, can you recommend any good debuggers for Solidity truffle contracts? So, personally, I debugged the old way with comments, but so you have a built-in debugger in the truffle framework. So this is a CLI debugger. What else do you have? You have a debugger. You have a visual debugger. I forgot the name of it. Maybe someone in the chat can answer you. There was like this tool. It's a website. It's an Ethereum API, but they also have a free tool to debug some transaction on the public testnet or mainnet. It basically gives you a stack trace of all the function call. It's very good. If someone can remind me the name of this tool, I'm sure some of you know what I'm talking about. But I have a blank here. Abracadabra, question for Julian. If Litecoin was created last week, would anybody even notice that project? No, I don't think so. Because Litecoin really came out in a context where blockchain was still very immature and everybody was just flocking to the blockchain thinking that it would just take over the world, and there was a lot of FOMO at that time. But now it's clear that Litecoin is just very redundant with Bitcoin. It doesn't do anything especially different. It was just some small differences in terms of governance at that point. And for a long time, the crypto community was wasting its time with all the internal wars of Bitcoin. There were like different camps, different tribe in Bitcoin, like people who were like against the hard fork, for the hard fork, for an increase of the block size, and you have like all the conspiracy theory with the Chinese miners and the Bitmen and etc. And we know we wasted a lot of time with this, and I think Litecoin was very much part of this useless conversation. So, but right now the conversation is mostly in DeFi. So yeah, I don't think right now it will be noticed. Miho, Dogecoin, it top 10 in 2021. I mean, you're joking, but it's not impossible, like with all the money that is coming from retail. Yeah, so this is something you guys have to be really careful about in 2021. Keep following the smart money. Keep following the institutional. Don't follow the retail, because the retail, they're going to get wrecked for sure. So yeah, careful of retail. They can pump a coin short term, but when you see something that is being pumped by retail, like make sure you exit quickly, or you just don't get too excited if it goes up like crazy, because this is just short term. Cenobi, do you have any video or resources on zero knowledge rollup and how sidechain work? No, I don't. I might do some tutorial, but right now, okay. So zero knowledge rollup. I'm not sure we have some dev tool ready. Sidechain, we do. I think Matic Network have some good tutorial. I might do some tutorial about them. I think Matic has some good resources. XDAI. Also, I think they're okay. Yeah. Me test. And you can mine coin on Android. What's this stuff? Minance coin. Maiho, what about Pi network? It allows you to mine Pi on your phone. Okay, interesting. Man, I mean already like on your phone the battery. This is like so many so many people have problem with their battery. So if you start to mine on your phone, for sure in 1 hour your battery will die. So I'm not sure people will want that sort of thing. Ricky Boom, how to learn advanced solidity, sir? Well, I'm going to my next course on EdoBlocks will be on advanced solidity, normally release in March. So yeah, you can check out when it's going to be released. Fox Raymond, so if people stop using, if gas is going to go down, yes, exactly, you got it. East miner should increase gas limit in the block. They already did it. Like now we are at 12.5 million total gas limit. Probably will keep going up. Yeah. Before it was at something like 8 million. Abracadabra. Uniswap already have layer 2 solution called Piggy Swap. Check it at Uniswap. Okay, but I think this is just a test net. I don't think this is mainnet yet. Okay. Thanks for the heads up, Abracadabra. Okay. Jake, what is the difference between Matic Layer 2 on Plasma Bridges and ZK Fruit rollups? Wow. Okay, so you catch me by surprise. I don't know. I haven't checked out in detail what is this thing, zero knowledge fruit rollup. But I think Matic Layer 2, I think they can do any arbitrary transaction. So yeah. That's all I have to say on this topic. Okay, Jimmy Hex, what do you think about Hyperledger projects? I think it's cool if you want to get into enterprise blockchain. There is a lot of money in enterprise blockchain. It's like a sort of a niche in the niche. But to me, it's a bit less exciting than public blockchain. Because I think what's really going to change the world is our public blockchain. A private blockchain is more about how to make rich company even more rich, basically. But public blockchain is really about redistributing wealth in the world and making real change. So yeah, personally, I'm more interested in this. Also, in terms of culture, I've never been someone too much into big companies. I prefer the culture of startups, and generally, we don't see a lot of startup for private blockchain. We see more startup for public blockchain. But if you're into Hyperledger, you can check my playlist on this topic on my channel. Rude Jufamans, what is the next step in the migration for ETH2? So the next step is Ether to allow validators to let me think about it. To allow oh man, I have a blank. I think it's to allow validators to send Ether to each other, or is it to start to have some shards with data, but no transaction? Yeah, one or the other. I have a blank. But so the next step, phase 1, is probably going to come in 1 year, something like this. Yeah, so at the end of this year probably. Rude saying, did you ever try Hard Hat? It's really great. I think briefly. Yeah, I need to try more before making a good judgment. But my problem is that I feel like this is a little bit less accessible to beginners, so I don't want to confuse people. Yeah, I will try more and see if for beginners this can be fine. Karim, I was also thinking about being involved in blockchain project with an accounting background. If you have any ideas. Thanks again. Yeah, I think I already already answered about the accounting question. Yes, basically check out enterprise, like a big company that get into blockchain for their treasury, people who invest in Bitcoin, Ether. Probably they are looking for some accounting skills for crypto. Abracadabra. Good to see you, Julian. See ya next week on Friday. See ya. Okay. Let me see. Anupam, will gas price go down after Ether 2.0? No. Yes, of course, because Ethereum 2.0, the whole point is to offer way more transaction per second. So of course, transaction fee will be way lower. Fox Raymond, Uniswap peak demo is not working anymore. This is just a demo. My feeling is that Uniswap is working L2 with Ethereum optimism, but they are quite serious about this. I think is what you mean. Uniswap is probably going to be one of the first big DeFi project that moves to a L2 solution. Jose, what do you think about elastic supply coins like Ample Force? Yeah, I think this is an interesting experiment. We don't know yet how it's going to work out. I think in the short term, it's going to make the price of that coin way more volatile. So we're going to have to fix this problem. We need more time. We need more time for testing to see if this is going to work out or not. Now it's just an experiment. There is a Uniswap on Matic network, very low liquidity pool pairs though. Forget what it's called. Oh yeah, I think I heard about it. Josh Jack, will you ever consider making a more advanced blockchain course with like hard Ether, advanced solidity? So I will do a course on advanced solidity in a couple of months. Yes. Danny Phantom, what does the Apple M1 chip benefit blockchain? Well, it'll probably be easier to run a validator on your laptop. For mining on ETH1, I'm not sure that M1 is going to make a big difference, but for being a validator on Ethereum 2.0 or on other blockchain project, probably it's going to make it easier with the M1 laptop. Also, you would probably be able to do both mining and other tasks at the same time and without the fan that runs at full speed. So probably more workable. So yeah, Turkey, see you next week. Julian, peace. Yeah, it was 1 hour 30 today. Oh my God, I think this is the longest live stream. Okay, guys. So I think we're going to wrap it up here. It was really long, really good. We had a great time. Really good to see you guys. So yeah, for those who are interested in DeFi, here is my course on DeFi. And if you are not already a blockchain developer, check out my other course first. Alright guys, great to see you this week, and I will see you for another video on my channel later this week. Bye, have a great week.